Hi and welcome to another video by Are You Arty Kids. This one is about surrealism, and this follows on from a video I did earlier on about Exquisite Corpse, was a collaborative video about drawing in 3 parts using 3 different people. So what I've done is I've come up with the idea of a cube template, which is here, and I've created we've got 3 heads, so with 3, from the Exquisite Corpse video, so 3 tops. So we've got a top there, a top there. Oh, in fact, I've got 2. I've got 2 torsos, so I've got a torso there, and I've got 2 sort of feet, leg areas. So the idea is, if you remember from, really young, you have those sort of building blocks where you can stack them up and you can move them around, and the flip books so that you can have a top, a middle, and a bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take elements from Exquisite Corpse, which is that sort of surrealism drawing game where you come up with anything in your imagination, then you pass it on to somebody else, they do a middle drawing, and then somebody else does a base drawing. So what I've done is I've taken the elements, you're going to make it up into a cube, and then you can stack them up between you, and then you can move them around and you can create new little characters or creatures. So for this, what I've done is I've sketched it out really lightly in pencil, just so I didn't waste time on the video. And then I'm going to use these little fine writers, which are really nice. I could use a biro that you write with. These are quite nice little pen nibs. And then for maybe thicker work, I'm just using these, which are just a Pentel colour fine pen point. So it's going to be a multi-section video, and then we'll put it all together for you. Okay, so the first one I'm just going to start on this. And I got some of these ideas from a book I've got by Jose Guadalupe Posada, the Mexican political printmaker and artist, who uses lots of skulls and lots of weird things. So this is an image that I sort of credit to him, sort of this strange skull with a big moustache. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start off doing some pen work and take it from there. I'll start off by just putting some outlines in pen, just refining the sort of pencil lines I've got already in there. So obviously you can make this as weird as you want, because this is all about surrealism, so beyond reality, hyper real. So you can take things from the real world and develop them further. So this would be whatever is at the top of your creature, or the top of your strange monster or robot or whatever you've come up with. So I'm just getting the basic shape in with my pen before I start using hatching and cross hatching. Remember, with cross hatching, the more intense the hatch, the darker the tone illusion will be, and open that hatch out to create that sort of dark to light looking element. To look a little bit more 3D now. Just using some hatching on the side of the skull teeth, just to make that look a little bit more 3D. And I'm going to just work into it. Get some fine pen work in there. So I just got this cube template off the internet. Just printed it out. So this one's an A3 size one, but you could do this at A4, doesn't really matter. You could do all of the body parts in the same direction, so you can just spin them around, or you can do it just random like this, so you just have to turn them around a little bit when you, so a little bit more thinking involved. So I've got this really dark mouth now. Then I'm going to put some wispy, real fine details in with his big bushy moustache. Like so. Things like this, just try and get a nice fluid motion. Like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to work it into the skull. And then into these bones. And because it's a skull, he can be quite scratchy. Just trying to get that texture. Into that. And I'm going to work onto the skull. Wobbly the lines a little bit to make it look a bit older. I'm going to work on the peak of the hat. And then what I think I'm going to do, I'll drop my pen lid, is use the thicker fine liner now. Just to block in what would be the underneath of the hat. Start to block in like this. Just create some texture like that. And then what I might do is just then switch to the fine pen to fuzz that into it. It's a little bit like blending almost, so a bit blend that thick pen. And then just use the hatching just to get the edge of that skull just not as definite, so it looks like the light is just shadowing onto that skull a little bit. Let's get these flick outs. And then on this side, just try and blend that in a little bit more. And just got the shoulder background to do it. It's probably like a wicker hat, so it can be a bit frayed on the outside. How are we looking? Okay, just going to get some shading underneath what that'll be, top vertebra, bottom of the skull. Let's get this moustache a bit thicker, so because you won't see through it probably. Onto that. A bit more wiry. Darker in the mouth. Okay, how we're looking there. Yeah, and then I think this guy needs a bit of shoulder underneath, so I'm just going to block in just that little shoulder part there. Maybe down there as well. I think we're nearly there. Let's have a look from above. Let's extend that hat a little bit. And I'm just going to do some more refinement. Just keep going onto this moustache thing, but ultimately we are nearly there with that first section. Okay, so let's zoom out. So we've got one little section done. So this is one of our heads for our little cube, and we'll be back in a little while to get another section done. So see you soon. Hi and welcome to segment 2 of our Surrealism Exquisite Corpse development piece on a cube. So done one head, so I'm now going to do a torso, and this is a little sort of alien rib cage. So again, just going to start doing this in pen, getting all the little detail mapped in. It's getting very confusing now in terms of what are ribs at the front and what ribs at the back, but good thing is because it's made up, I can just keep adding bits. So I've got the basic structure in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to just sort of add some hatching in, cross hatching. Some really fine detail into some of this. So I might just try a very light hand, wiry, scratchy approach. Almost like sketchy. pretty much nearly done on what I want to do just as a first pass for this. So just, I don't know, just square some of these edges off actually, they're almost like broken. As if they're sort of, I don't know, maybe like broken ends. Something like that. Yep, okay, so let's call it down, that one. Section 2 done. Hi and welcome to part 3 of this surreal Exquisite Corpse cube. So we have a head, we have a torso. I'm just going to do another head now. Just going to work on this sort of creepy face that I've drawn in pencil. So I'm just going to outline it to start off with, just to get some shape in. Get some sort of bulging eyes. best chance to fill in some of this, make it very graphical, I think. Okay, so that is a number 3 section finish. So we've got our skull, our rib cage for our torso, and number 3. Okay, so we're going to start now is some legs. Penultimate video on the Exquisite Corpse Surreal Cube. So we have our face. We have our violin 6-pack. We now have our strange amphibian duck feet. We have our rib cage. We have our scary face. And we have our sort of rhino elephant legs. So that's each of the faces complete now. And I'm now going to cut this out and we can take it from there. Right, so cut it out. Folded all the flaps up, so now I just need to glue it up. Right, so finished. Our Surrealism Exquisite Corpse cube that we can make multiple versions of, put together and twist around. So we've got a skull, got a face, got some legs, got a torso. What else have we got? Got some other legs. So what we can do is a rib cage, rotate it round, and then stack them 2 or 3 high. So hope you enjoyed that video and enjoyed making your own weird constructions. See you later.